Hi Aquarius, this is your May love reading. Before I begin, I just want to advertise a little promotion I am doing. For the first 10 clients that email me, I will be providing a free reading. There is no expectation to see me again. And I'm basically just doing this because I'm going to have a little bit more time over the next few months. And I know it's really hard to just be able to choose a tarot reader online. So this way you can see how I work in personal readings and see if we click and if my readings resonate with you. I won't be doing this starting fall anymore because I'll be too busy. But if it goes well, I may do it a few more times throughout the summer. So I hope that I can connect with a few of you that way. Before we begin, I'm still trying to find out what my style is for doing these YouTube readings, and I seem to change my mind every week. But I know that I prefer to do love readings. I know that they're more popular, and these are for people who need guidance. So this reading is not for people who are happily involved with someone. If you're happily involved, you shouldn't be watching a tarot reading. You could come get a personal reading. That we could definitely do. But typically, the energies that show up are the energies that people need to hear who are struggling. And that's what I ask Spirit to give me. So this reading is for anyone who's currently involved with someone who may be having some problems, who's maybe just thinking of someone. Sometimes this reading is for someone who has recently separated. So again, general will not resonate with everyone. So with all that, I will begin. The reading is centered around the world. So that is what is representing your relationship, Aquarius. So it was clarified with the Tower in reverse, and of course I look at everything in the spread, and what I feel is that this relationship has come full circle. So what that can mean is definitely it's already over, it's done. And often when I see this combination with the other energies I'm looking at, I'm feeling like you learned a lot from this person, or it was a big lesson. So this can come with a long-term relationship or just a very toxic relationship. I'm actually surprised the devil didn't show up in this reading, just because of the energy I was picking up. For a lot of you, this relationship is already done, and what happened was that you avoided something that would have been a lot worse, like with the Tower in reverse. You prevented a horrible, maybe you're planning to marry this person and then you realized who they were and now you're not, kind of thing. Like, it could be that. For others of you, this relationship needs to come to a close because there's a lesson you need to learn. I feel like for more of you, it's already done. But again, this is a general reading, so I have to consider all the options here. Now, Aquarius, I have to say, your energy in this reading is showing up as the more volatile one. However, it is a general reading, and what I've discovered is that often the roles can be reversed. And if you watch tarot readings, you guys are all familiar. I just, I say this is you, this is them, but it can be vice versa, and the energies can be blurred. It's really up to you to decide what resonates. So please forgive me if I'm making you out to be the bad guy, because I understand that may not be the case. So your energy with this person, I'm seeing that you're coming off very controlling, the energy that I'm getting, and it's because a lot of ego is involved here. I'm picking up really heavy energy about ego, and I'm picking up a really heavy energy about not feeling secure. And so as a result, you're not feeling secure with this person, or you weren't if it's already over. And so you were kind of projecting that outwards in maybe an aggressive, controlling way. And what I'm seeing is that you may, like, this can talk about verbal abuse. Of course, this is general. So this could be, like, I'm seeing this as you, Aquarius, but it could be your partner that was doing this to you. Just, very impulsive with their language, very impulsive with what they say. They don't think before they speak. They don't think about the consequences. They don't think how it's going to hurt. And it's because your ego is way too pronounced here. It's way too, our ego, a healthy ego is always good, but like anything, it needs balance. And there's just too much ego here. So I'm getting very controlling tendencies, insecure. And your advice with this person is to really, you have the sun, and I feel like the sun illuminates things. So, number one, what has been illuminated within this partnership for you? Number two, what has been illuminated about you, your behavior, and your path? Um, because I know in relationships, they can bring out the worst or the best in us. So, what have you learned about yourself? What do you need to see that maybe you're not seeing? And another big message here is that you need to see that, like, it's like you're maybe trying to make something work that's just not working, and you just need to, you need to pull out. You need to say, you know what, this isn't working anymore, and let the sun shine on that. What do I need to see here? Like, do you need to see that you've put in this many years and it's not working, right? um Quickly, I have to say, it just came to me with the emperor in reverse, and why they're reversed. It could be that because often the emperor in reverse, yes, it can be someone who's dogmatic and controlling and kind of a tyrant, but it can also be the opposite. It could be someone who's kind of weakened, right? Like, they just kind of like a doormat, like they just can't fight because someone else. And it could be that someone else is volatile, and so as a result you're insecure. And so it definitely could be that too. That just came to me. Your partner or the other person in this equation is feeling trapped in this relationship, and like they don't really want to look at what's going on. And so it's like they don't want to make a decision. They know they probably need to, and I think that they're very torn about you, maybe feeling too strong emotions for you, but they're feeling trapped, and they're not feeling secure either. And so I can see why Spirit is saying this relationship needs to end. Like, there's no security here, and I think you might just need to, both of you, accept that you came together to learn some things and just to learn more about yourselves. And now it's time to go. But I don't think either of you are leaving, or you might be in one of those on again, off again things. But your partner or this other person is just very, very conflicted and feeling a little trapped. And that's why I felt like maybe you were the one who was being a bit more aggressive, because you're not feeling trapped really. Like, they're the ones who are feeling a bit encaged. Now, their advice is the moon in reverse. And when I did my clarification, the moon in reverse is sometimes my wake the F up card. Like, you are not seeing what you need to see. And so both of you look like there needs to be some illumination here. Like, what is not working here? What has this person shown me about myself? You know what I mean? Sometimes we just try to keep fixing relationships, and that's great to put in some effort, but it shouldn't be like this. This is just dysfunction. And your partner is very in denial. They just don't want to. And maybe even deluding themselves a bit, because they just don't want to go within and deal with it. And they're really being urged by Spirit to seek clarity. Truth is a double-edged sword. Sometimes it hurts, but it's also going to set you free. And that's what they're being guided to do. Now, your oracle cards were really interesting. Again, so you had Yang in reverse, which also made me think that perhaps you are the one being a bit more volatile here. And there's nothing wrong with that, as long as you are acknowledging it and recognizing it and then working on it. So instead of reacting, you need to respond. And I don't see a lot of responding here on your end. I see reacting. So Yang in reverse is saying that you're getting extra protection, but it's urging you to be very mindful about the tendency towards impulsive action, overconfidence, and aggressive behavior. You really need to be careful, or you will find yourself in a situation that, you really don't want. And, to be really sure that what you're chasing after is what you want, because you might be sorry when you get it. And so you need to practice temperance, diplomacy, and thoughtful consideration before making a move. What I'm seeing from the cards so far is that you're not. So that is your advice, and I think that is very fitting for at least a few of you. And then you had higher power in reverse. Now, I pulled another one because I was just curious. I sometimes do that. And higher power really connects with this spiritual law of attraction card over here. And I will get to that in a minute. So higher power is also, it's a 4 again in reverse. We had a 4 in reverse here. So again, I'm getting some insecure energy. Now higher power in reverse, again, protection. And it's saying to really, now is the time to examine what you're giving energy and attention to in the back of your mind. If you're obsessing about being right, old resentments or failed expectations about money or about any other people, places, or things, these will be the source from which you create. But you want spirit to be your source. So take heart, for your higher power will never desert you and is always waiting for you to remember the sacred partnership you share. Turn away from other sources of power that don't serve your highest good. You can always surrender your troubles and trust that they will be taken care of. You are in good hands. So the reason this connects with this is because the spirit, this is about the law of attraction. What are you attracting? This is saying that currently you're more in a negative, lower vibrational frequency, and as a result you're attracting more of that chaos, more of that drama. You know, if you want this person to behave a certain way and you're just frustrated with them, you're attracting more of that frustration. And so it's really saying to be mindful of what are your thoughts. I can't stress it enough how much our thoughts create. All you have to do is practice it for a little while, and you don't have to believe in it if you don't want. It's law. And so you're getting a double message here about the law of attraction here. With this card, the spiritual law of attraction is literally, like, I'll read it even though it pretty much says what that card says, but I think this one might be a bit more clear. It says that you've attracted certain people or situations because they mirror your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. In the same way, people and situations that you once found desirable are now moving out of your life as you shifted your energy through your spiritual path. Like attracts like means that everything and everyone that you draw into your life is similar to your thought patterns. If you want to change what or who you attract, hold more positive, loving, and joyful thoughts. The ascended masters and angels can help you with this shift. So this is trying to say, you know, you can heal the situation and yourself through more positive thinking, affirmations. It's not a reward. It's not a punishment. It's law of attraction. And, you know, I know some people think, okay, I'll just think positive thoughts. I'll think positive thoughts. But you also have to feel positive. You can't fake being happy. And so that's a process for some people. And I think that Aquarius, you're holding on, you or your partner, it looks like you are holding on to a lot of negative thinking patterns. Like, what narrative do you tell yourself every day? Every morning when you wake up, what's the first thing you start thinking about? You know, you might really need to do some practice there. And then you had energy healing. Now, yes, this card talks about you potentially having those gifts, of course. But what I'm getting out of this is that you would benefit from some type of energy healing, because I feel like, Aquarius, you might be struggling to really grasp this situation, to really get rid of your negative thoughts, to really let go of control and ego. It might, you know, you might have a lot of shadow work to do. And what energy healing can do is it can help remove those blocks so we can access that more. And then as a result, if you can heal yourself, of course you can heal others, but you first have to heal yourself. So that is all I have for you. I hope that it resonated, and, you know, please let me know if it does, or if the roles are reversed. I'd be curious. And I will see you guys back in June.